circuit is host once again to the final round of the World Endurance Championship. And as you can see, a massive crowd has made their way to the circuit from all over France. And we've got our own bike in the race. 24, Gabriele and Alain Bronek are the riders, and Eurosport are helping to back and sponsor that machine in the 1996 Bol d'Or. So keep an eye out.
So Whittam, part of that Yamaha team, second fastest time in practice is for the Suzuki number 2 with another top British rider, Terry Reimer, on board. But it's the Kawasaki that takes pole position of Brian Morrison, involved in this team along with Bontempi and Dog X, but Morrison is already sure to be world. Well, it wasn't to be a very successful run for Brian Morrison and his team in this race, but nonetheless Brian would be confirmed as champion.
Anxious moments always before the race, before that famous Le Mans style start, the sprint across the track, waiting for the green flag. The green flag is waved. The man you saw there was Terry Reimer. That is Terry Reimer, who's had the full variety of motorcycle road racing this year, and the race gets underway. The charge down towards the first corner, the first of what it's going to be in excess of 670 laps probably, provided the weather doesn't intervene here. And a superb start for 23, that's Philippe Mouchet.
So to the start of the race then, 70 teams ready to start, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, ready to get 24 hours of motorcycle competition underway. Each rider riding for 45 minutes at a time, and 3 riders in each team. And at the end of the straight, after the pit.
And Terry Reimer it is who's in the saddle taking this first stint. And Reimer, interestingly enough, was one of the fastest men in qualifying. In fact, he was second fastest, just a fraction behind the pole position man, Jehan Dorje. Reimer it is that leads, and setting a tough, hot pace in the early stages of this grueling 24-hour final round of the World Championship. Reimer, well, you couldn't accuse him of slacking this year. He's had a very busy. Meanwhile, completely unbothered by all of that, the race leader. Factory Suzuki has had its share of troubles this year in the World Superbike Championship. A lot of work has been done to sort it out, and there are many who say it will be well, we've finally just been handed the official results from the first hour. They obviously took just a little while to come out. And it was Terry Reimer 1 lap ahead of George Morrison and Bontempi, with Coutel, Hislop and Ferracci third aboard. The second of the factory Kawasaki's, Gomez, Prota and Buckmaster in 4th position. Kawasaki had gone out. Bontempi, with Bontempi, that put Doug Poland back at the fastest lap of the race so far. Navier just finding his rhythm in the early stages of his stint. Navier just got to get into the right sort of rhythm to maintain that lead at the front of the field on the Suzuki. This is Peter Goddard. The end of the Mistral straight, flicking it right-handed So we're looking at the second place man, and he's not that far behind, just a couple of seconds behind the race leader, both in the same shot. Excuse my voice slightly cracking there. Honda versus Suzuki, the two factory bikes. Factory Honda in the hands of Christian Lavier. The Suzuki in the hands of Peter Goddard, the Australian.
Takes the lead back, but falls further back in the pack. Girardet, Gabani and Gubas bike going out of the action, and also the Swedish team of...
And there'll be bitter disappointment for Kawasaki, having worked so hard and their hopes were so high going into this race. But their race is over. In case you've just joined us, the factory Kawasaki has gone out. Right, there is the top six. Plenty of drama. The Kawasaki factory bike out of the race. '24 is a bike to watch out for in this race. If you see number 24, because that's racing in the colours of this TV channel, the Eurosport bike number 24, with Jean-Pierre Schneider, Stefan Gabrielli and Alain Bronek. And Poland pressing on, piling on the pressure, keeping up that relentless pace. And the situation after 3 hours, I'll shuffle my many bits of paper that this championship obviously generates. The situation after 3 hours was that Reimer, Poland and Goddard had completed between them 86 laps of the belching out of the exhaust pipe of that. Oh, a superb shot that was, the sun going down in the south of France. Sitting up there, and Poland coming. There's the race leading team, and out into the night goes Florio Ferracci. Excuse me, Florio Ferracci, absolute nonsense. It's Peter Goddard. Florio Ferracci, of course, is not riding in that team at all. Completely getting my wires crossed there. This is Peter Goddard, and Peter Goddard this time has gone for the clear visor in the lead, and there is the order as it is at the moment. And it's good to see the number 4 Yamaha, even though it's 2 laps down. It's good to see the number 4 Yamaha, including James Whittam in that team. And he faces a push back to the pits. And he's doing so, trying not to receive. He's getting a few directions. Moment, I beg your pardon. It is very difficult. Just 43 seconds now separating the first and second in this race. 43 seconds when it was over a lap, but that one may well be because we saw Peter Goddard come into the pits. It may be that Lavier has stayed out a bit longer. He's made up a bit of ground and he's about to lose it again. And I don't think he's going to be very happy. Well, right on cue, he's not. A number 11 machine has struck problems, ran out of petrol, has had to call into the pits. And the lights are coming on all over the Paul Ricard circuit. And it's still a battle between between the factory Suzuki and the factory Yamaha, but the expected duel, three-way duel between Kawasaki, Suzuki and Honda has failed to materialize, because for those of you who are only just joining you for your first taste of the 1996 Bol d'Or, the factory Kawasaki. Well, these guys can do it fairly quickly compared to those of you who've ever had a bill from the garage for a new set of pads. They put down 20 minutes or something for that, don't they? But this is just a few seconds, so 45 second results have just come up. And there is confidence. So let's just take a look as we look at the number 1 bike being ridden at the moment by Pascal Guigou, the number 1 RC45 Honda. Currently lying in 5th position. We are Jean-Michel Mattioli, Michel Simeon, and Pascal Guigou in the Franco-Belgian effort there. Poland and Peter Goddard. Goddard in the saddle at the moment, but they're only 45 seconds ahead of the factory Honda of Alex Vieira, Christian Lavier and William Coste. And the last time we caught a glimpse of it, it was Christian Lavier who was riding. Oh, in fact, there's just been a change. Alex Vieira has taken over. Lavier has finished his stint, has got off the bike. A slick change. Oh, I was about to say a slick change for the factory Honda. Yeah, they had a quick check of the brake pads. They were okay. A new tyre in and out, back into contention goes Alex Vieira. Now, how will that affect the situation on the track remains to be seen. There was